Just wire tap on. Stealing somebody's car outside right now. What's up, Joseph? Ground Pounder William, what's going on, brother? How are we? Yeah, interesting week. So, kind of glad that this is working right now. What's going on, Levi? This, everything, my entire phone is locked up, so. Sweet. Right on. From the 616, that's cool. So, I don't know what's up with my phone. I've been troubleshooting it for 5 days or so, and it's just done. And I run the whole channel through it, so I'm like at a halt when it comes to content, and was very curious if this was going to even work. So, yeah, hopefully this keeps going and doesn't just shut off here in a little bit, but we'll see. I'm gonna end up bumping you guys with my leg. It's been a long week. There we go. That's better. That's better. So we're just gonna start off. I think I was scrolling through. I think one of the first things I came across was from Game of Trees. The video was called "The Polar G3 Gasification Wood Boiler." Really? Like, really? I don't want to. I don't want to see that. It was boring. So I figure I wish I knew a way to where I could like ticket that for just making boring content. But I guess that's not a rule. You can do that. So I gotta just deal with that. But that's what he put out. It was a video on like a wood boiler that I don't know. I couldn't watch it. It was boring. Like, you can tell that's not his passion is boilers, because it shows when he makes content for it. But you may have an infatuation with it. Oh. So, Tim from Veterans Tree Service puts out a video. It's called "I Missed One Crucial Step Rigging This Huge Treetop." Um, so in the video, he's using like dual rigging points. What's up, BR? How are you, brother? And he's transferring the weight over in the video. So rigging it and then transferring over. He had a playground, a fence, and all kinds of stuff up underneath it. And as he's doing this, one of the when you're using dual setups, that means you have two setups. I mean, don't think I should have to explain the silly stuff, but two. Another day in paradise, dude. I'm good. Other than the YouTube channel is struggling right now, but like I'm good. Um, but I just got to order a new phone, and good God, you can tell it's been a long time since I bought a phone because that was shocking when I looked at what a new phone is. So yeah, back to when you're using dual rigging points, you got two different rigging points. So one is got maybe a pulley, and at the base there is a porter rack. The other one is simply a carabiner on a strap with nothing on the base. So the crazy part is the one with all the control. Let me explain it. Like you have tree here, a tree here. So you have a fence that goes in between, like right here, and a playground and stuff. So you're rigging from this tree over to this tree. But he has the bollard on this one, the lowering device on this one, and this guy over here is the one that's catching all the weight every time, and then transferring it over. So this guy is simply on a rope that goes over a carabiner, and he gets ripped around all over the place. Your hands are going to get roasted. I know I know guys feel like I'm strong, I can handle, I can do this, I got it. Like, come on now. There's no need. Go grab a lowering device, take a wrap on a tree, put a ring at the base, like a little bit of friction and an angle change, give you leverage better, and it's going to give you some friction. That's a little bit of friction is all it's needed sometimes. So every time one happens, this guy's getting over here is getting yanked like crazy until that guy can fully take it over. And at one point, it just goes and rips the dude across the ground. He's at the base. Got him pretty good, like just drugging. But also, there wasn't enough friction in this one over here, and he ends up smashing it onto the playground and the fence. I think he said that there was no damage. Rumor on the internet, you guys know how the rumor on the internet kind of thing goes. I don't control that kind of stuff, but the rumor on the internet is that he had to replace the entire playground, and that now he regularly goes there and plays on it since he paid for it. But so get back to it. He's doing this tree over here. He's got this one stripped out, and that's why he's rigging it over to it. Well, at one point he goes to do one of the bigger limbs that goes out. What's going on, James? There's my guy. And bad for you too. What's going on? Oh, I seen Rad Dad too. Cool. He's doing one of the limbs, and he connects the one for over here towards the butt, and then the one for out there. He gets it like he's just not paying attention to the angle quite correct. And when he makes the cut, the butt comes back and totally smashes him. Like, he's lucky if he's got, like, didn't break his ribs. And it just, I think he may have got too far out for what he was planning on the limb doing, which would go end over. So when he made his connection point, he put it too far out, which stopped it almost from doing the end over movement, which pulled it backwards at him. And, I mean, if he didn't get hurt, like legit hurt, he's just lucky. Like, that's a lucky move. And that, okay. I'm not so bugged there. Like, I've had that mistake happen. I get that mistake, but kind of doesn't, even when the limb goes all the way down, hits the ground, he's kind of doesn't acknowledge it. He's more focused on talking about the kerf cuts. And I just wish guys would be like, damn, that was close. That was gnarly. I think I kind of messed up here. And he kind of put a little bit of text. I watched this at the beginning of the week, so I may be a little off on it. Hi there. It's been a while. Anthony, Monkey Man, Lucia Outdoors. What's going on? Angle right, Mike, and the butt came back. Got him. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And you got to kind of watch that angle. If you're wanting it to do end over, you want to keep your anchor points further back and kind of watch ever pulling. If the angle for the rope's pulling it back at you, the potential for that thing coming back, if it can't go end over, is always going to happen. It's always coming backwards. So, got lucky. Hopefully he didn't get hurt. Didn't seem like it. So, okay, drug his groundy across the ground. Yeah. And then the one that ended up going all the way down, I think he kind of had his lanyard pinching it at first, so it gave it some friction. But then when it started to move, it put all that weight onto the guy. It seemed like he cut it, and this guy over here didn't hold it at all. It just ran all the way to the ground. And I was like, dang. Right on. Right on. That's awesome. Well, thanks for swinging in. And dude, I don't care about those curve cuts. Like, he talked about the curve cut at one of these points. Either it was when he almost gutted himself with the fucking the top, or it was when his ground guy just let it run all the way to the ground and it smashed some stuff. So, like, I don't care about the curve cuts. So, just so you know, I don't care about the curve cut. That's not the important thing at that point. But I give him points for being able to change the subject very quickly. And so then later on that week, which I think it just went up yesterday or the day before, he puts out another video, and this one I have a problem with. Now this one I have a problem with. I have an issue with this. The video is called "Surviving the Worst Ivy Damaged Tree I've Ever Climbed," and we're gonna start judging if we think that the titles are clickbait. Now, I don't think that's clickbait. I think that's good titling on his part. Like, I'm gonna start pointing it out when I feel like it's clickbait, but I just feel like that's good titling, because the title is simply "Surviving the Worst Ivy Damaged Tree I've Ever Climbed." And if it is the worst one he's ever climbed, that's just the truth, man. Like, it is what it is. Make it a little easier on me reading. So, he shows his spica cinder in this video. He's doing this tree that's pretty nasty. Looks like maybe almost the ivy killed the tree off. At points, it strangled the tree, almost girdled the thing. It was pretty rough looking. He shows this new spica cinder he's got, because he just got this new spica cinder from Kiwi. It's a Kiwi Climber spica cinder. And, what's up, Kellen? I was just talking about you in the other live feed. Aren't you the one that sent me this? Did you send me the golf balls? I can't remember. I thought maybe it was you. So, yeah, okay. This is probably the biggest issue I have in the whole week. So shows his little. Okay, I thought it was right on. I just wanted to make sure I was giving the credit in the right way. Light is much better. Right on, right on. Poison oak or ivy doesn't even bother me anymore. Yeah, I'm not too what's up, Tano? I don't really have much of a issue with it. I got poison sumac one time, and yeah, that was pretty rough. But in his video, he breaks out his new spike ascender, which is a foot ascender that attaches to your spike. You take the gaff off, you put the foot ascender on it, and it places it like where your spikes. Okay, if this is the side where your spike sticks out, it places it out in front, I think, of the spike. They have a pretty good, I like that. The placement of that is pretty nice. They've really kept it really skinny, but I think Tim thought in one of my videos that I was talking about I've used a spike ascender before and didn't like it. No, I've used foot ascenders on a spike ascender. And any kind of spike ascender I've ever used is one that I made with the hand ascender. So I think he maybe thought that I had tried one of these Kiwi Climber spike ascenders or something before. And I had a permanent attachment foot ascender one time, but it was just way too bulky. I don't even know if I ever showed it, and I didn't like it. So he's gonna feature it, and he feels the need to tell me Kiwi climbers are weird. Yeah, see, that's kind of my thoughts on it too, but you know, maybe he'll like it. And he puts it on, he does this whole job. He gets down after this job. I'm going to skip over the job because I want to talk about the important part, the good part when he talked about me. So he does the job, blah, 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 cut, tree smash, boom, rig, bob. Okay, now me. Gets to the good part. He gets down and he shows a spike ascender and he says, I heard Steelborn said that he doesn't like these. Maybe you should, I like it. Blah blah blah. Maybe you should try it or something like that. And he's like, maybe they've making them better. Then he says the most ridiculous thing anyone has ever said on the internet. Period. Like, the craziest thing I've ever heard anybody say on the internet so far. I've researched and searched for the craziest stuff ever, and this was the stupidest thing I've ever heard anybody say. I believe his exact words were, Mike, maybe you should try it again, or maybe I'm just a better climber than you. Okay, I'm not absolutely one-way trip. Like, yeah, no. You are being absolutely, first you need to be locked into a psych ward for having that thought. Just for having the thought. Then you like some kind of public nuisance violation for verbally saying it out loud. Absolutely ridiculous. And then the worst thing is you put it on the internet for people to see. So I don't know what I'm looking at this from a non-biased point of view. And, I keep the law on YouTube. I am the sheriff. That's it. I'm going to be straight up. I've watched the Steelborn dude. And the guy's, he's probably the best. So, I mean, from an absolutely non-biased point of view, that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. So, I'll be in contact with Stillborn. From my understanding, is that he wants a public apology for saying it. And until then, just locked up. Like, no bond. So, and the response and the let me use the right word. Well, just the apology just needs to be as loud as the disrespect was. And I feel like drawing my weapon. If I'm being honest, if I was there, I'd have shocked the shit out of him a couple times, maybe hit him with my stick, and this is from a non-biased point of view. This guy's crazy. He's out of his damn mind. But yeah, go check his video out. He put out some videos, and I think he's losing his damn mind over there. I just feel like he's losing his mind. Yeah, I mean, Kellen, hey, I'm gonna be straight up. As long as you fall in behind that Stillborn guy, I don't care what order you all go into. Oh, fuck. Okay. No, that was fun. Alright, so, but it was a job, I had to do it. I'm serious, that apology better be super loud. Oh my god, I sneak in a little bit of turtle here. Metal and wood. I'm gonna start it off with, like, first you need to be ticketed for just being weird. Just for being like, actually, maybe not, maybe you don't even gotta be ticketed, but you're gonna have to be put on a list. At least a list. So that's just from the get-go, like, just knowing who it is. So oh, okay. So I'm not even telling you, that's his channel, Metal and Wood. If you want to see any of these videos, just go over there. I'm not telling you the title because I have to write too much shit as it is. And his titles are 15 things long, and they never make a lick of sense. Like, I finally found the answer for the question I had been posing to you all for months. Stihl, chainsaw, cut 'em. And I'm like, what the hell? Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm telling you, I love an insecure human. I do. Blanco, what's wrong, brother? Huh? You have Mario Brothers for your, what is that? What is that? I was trying to see what that was. I thought it was the mushroom from Mario Brothers, which tells me more than enough. I think it's hilarious. That as a, especially as a dude, I can almost understand it when women do it. When women, they cackle back and forth and they talk bad about each other, maybe behind their backs and stuff. But when men realize that they could do that on the internet, those foo-foo dudes that have major deep down insecurities, those fellers jumped up, pulled the wrinkle out of their leggings and clicked their heels together and were so happy when they finally had something where they could be catty and have no consequences for it. It's hilarious. Like, how insecure are you to be rolling around being like, I can do this and go wreak havoc and be as negative as I want, and no one can do anything to me. I'm invincible. No, the problem is you're just, those kind of people make a lot of humans absolutely numb to what other people think about. Honestly, you just don't care anymore. Like if you let one of these silly comments get to you or bug you or make you feel any sort of way, you kind of just got to reevaluate it. You're like, what do I care if this little 12-year-old, or I have the ability to make full-grown men feel very insecure. So I feel like a lot of them are older guys, and they just don't like me because I buy farts in jars. Wow, that's crazy. That's pretty gnarly. Not yet, John Bob. We're just getting into her. But we got over at Metal and Wood, and this guy is so weird. He's such a weird dude. So his video starts, and out of the blue, like he hasn't posted in like weeks, and out of the blue, the video starts, and he says, "When I was 12 years old, my dad showed me Arby's and Jamocha shakes, and I've been eating them ever since." Well, how about you stop eating Jamocha shakes? You're shaped like a gourd. Stop eating Jamocha shakes. You don't need another Jamocha shake. You should stay away from Arby's. I make money. There's a market for literally everything there is. There is. That also, I mean, YouTube and stuff like this gave a platform to people that feel really insecure, so they can have somewhere where they can feel strong. So that's why they come on really super aggressive and trying to make another person feel insecure, but trying to be so aggressive. They would never. Those are not the people in real life. Those are the ones that are very, very timid and quiet and have major insecurities. But and it also gave a platform so that the freaks could find each other, and every little weird niche is out there, and you can get your weird kinks and find the weirdos just like you, and it's pretty sick actually. So oh man, shoot. So yeah, I think you should not. You should stop eating Jamocha shakes. Um, you could hear it in his voice. He loves himself a Jamocha shake. So try a vegetable or fruits or something. Um. Oh yeah, like I'm trying to read my notes here, and I said stop. Like it says stop eating them. Try vegetables or fruit. He's shaped like a gourd. And I don't know if you know what a gourd is, but it's just like kind of just it's like a bell that's round at the bottom, like a pumpkin with a pointy top on it. Um, you can make birdhouses out of them. They're kind of cool after they dry out. I don't know any other thing you would use a gourd for, but we always just use them to make birdhouses. But with Sophie pics, that's pretty sick. I'm down with that. My feet are so messed up from skateboarding. I'm sure there's some weirdo chick or dude out there that would like it. Um, yeah, he does like just stop eating the Jamocha shakes. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say it. You have a major case of dicky do disease where your stomach stick out further than your dicky do, so you haven't seen that thing in a long time. Chill with talking about Jamocha shakes and eating Jamocha shakes. Just go on to just worry about the chainsaws. So I haven't seen Injawa in a long time, and I hope that dude's still alive or like good. So we'll see. We'll see what's up with that. But Steve hasn't been showing. Like I haven't seen a video. We were used to seeing a video every once in a while that looked like it was recorded from a toaster. Like I think he's got an old school flip phone. I can't say much. My phone's so messed up. It doesn't even do anything now. So, but yeah, he desperately. Oh, he's like just recording anything right now, making some weird videos. And I haven't heard anything else about the lawsuits. So I thought I got to keep checking on him because he said he's suing half the people that mess with chainsaws, and I just haven't. I'm curious. Just want to see when it happens. I don't know. Okay. JLM Tree Service puts out a video called Dangerous Sweet Gum Rigging, a Life-Threatening Experience. That, sir, is clickbait. That's aggressive. That's too much, man. That's too much. The title is just too much. Because it's a sweet gum tree. Like it's not a huge sweet gum tree. It's a sweet gum tree. I mean, it's not little, but it's not enormous or anything. But and it's not dangerous. Like I guess yes it is. Everything's dangerous, but it's very straightforward. There's nothing special or abnormal about it. And I just think it's a bit ridiculous to be so dramatic with the title, but to each their own. If it works for you, Bubba, keep doing it. But yeah, sweet gum's no good. That's not good much for anything. I have one in my front yard, and I clean sweet gum balls probably 10 times a year, and I hate it. I hate them so much. Like I've had elderly people where they'll go to walk outside, and if they have them, they've slipped and broke their hips and stuff. So things are no fun. I don't like them. No balls, no balls. Yeah, that would be nice because they do have a pretty nice big, pretty leaf, but good for shade. But yeah, sweet gum balls. So hell with that. So the trees they suck, but I'm watching this video. I'm like, okay, I'm about to see something because he did title this "Life-Threatening Experience." Well, we'll see. Maybe there is a life-threatening experience that happens. I would hope so because that's what the title focuses on. So I'm like, huh. All right, well, let's watch this video. I'm once again I'm reading my notes and it just says I remember the first time I used a redirect. I'm more a dick. See, I'm a dick when I'm out here, but I'm more a dick when I'm writing these things, and I have to like ease off of some of it that I put in my notes sometimes. But he just in the video, I feel like he just overcomplicated a very straightforward tree. But if that's what you want to do, cool. I didn't see anything life-threatening, and I was about halfway through the video. I'm like, huh. Oh, okay. In my notes here, it says, well, okay. I'm looking for this life-threatening experience that happens. Well, at one point, he is rigging, and he has a redirect over here on a tree, and if it's got a fork in it, He's got a redirect over here, and he's got a redirect over here. And so his rigging goes up, over to this, over to this. So when he cuts this top and drops that weight into it, what are these two things going to do? They're gonna go together. And that's what happened. And he was on one, which brought him closer to another limb. And apparently that was the life-threatening experience that happened, is that out of nowhere, a rigging redirect and sharing the load did what it was supposed to do. And they went together. Like, I'm trying to be nice, man. I'm trying to let a couple of these things go, but you can't be serious. You can't be serious. That was not life-threatening. But to each their own. Clickbaiting can work for one time, usually with a person. And if you've clickbaited them, and especially if they end up leaving a comment, that means they ain't subscribing. And now I hear somebody screaming outside. That was crazy. But yeah, long term, it just usually doesn't end up working out because they feel like you lied to them. So that's kind of what happened. He gets a little over dramatic. I don't know if it was life threatening. No, I'm not saying that. Jesus Christ, I am so mean when I'm writing these things. Yeah, okay. On to the next. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am a jerk. But Mike's rambling on about some shit. Reynolds now broadcasting from a side cord. I wouldn't doubt that. Like, that dude seems like he was a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Just so incredibly paranoid. But I've never been a fan. It just YouTube kept forcing his stuff on me. Every once in a while I'd watch one. But I can't get past the get up. I can't do the get up. It's fancy. It's fancy, but he looks like he would be very upset if he got dirt on his jeans. So, I don't know. Whatever. Alright, a new channel. And I want you guys to go, if you get a chance, I'm going to go back and I'm going to put some of these channels in the description. So if you want to see any of these channels, this one I would recommend. This is a new channel. I've never talked about the channel before. I just stumbled onto it. And, yeah. So, the channel is called the XYLO channel. And, he put out a video called Overconfident. Costly Tree Felling. I believe the guy's from Sweden. And, they just do things different. It's always kind of fun. And the beloved, no, I can't do that now. I can't. Like, it's just too soft for me, man. There's too many emotions being talked about. Extra emotions that I guess when I was born, I didn't get all those. And when you have all those extra emotions, things can offend you so much easier because you have extra care and extra. I just can't, man. Where is he from? I don't know. Like planet Narnar or something? I don't know. He's different, dude. I should have should have done some videos on him. What's still more smoke going? Just a cigarette. That's all I'm smoking. I made sure I had more than my fair share of burgers before I start. So, like I said, the guy's from Sweden. He just seems like a hard-working dude. I don't know his experience level. He has a very interesting new truck that he just picked up in the video I watched. And like I said, the video was called Overconfident, Costly Tree Failing. And I'm like, oh no. Let's see. Like somebody made a boo-boo is what it kind of looked like as far as what I was seeing from the title. But once again, a good title doesn't even, because of all the clickbaiting and lying, a good title isn't enough anymore. Like, because I've seen a good titled video, but I've been lied to so many times, I almost wanted to click past this, and I'm glad I didn't. I have so many channels that I watch now, so I'm trying to, I don't need extras all the time. But I checked it out. The guy's cool. It is, for you English speaking people, he does a little bit of whatever language they Swede or what, I don't know what they speak, but most of the videos in English. And I know that he has like 5 years worth of climbing videos and 5 years worth of like tree work videos on YouTube. So he may be really experienced. I don't really know. But he's doing a pretty good sized tree. I can't remember. Did I write it down what it was? No, I don't think I did. But it looked like some kind of a cedar. So he gets up in it and he's stripping it out and he blows. It has a Kodam top up in it. And as he gets up there, he takes one top and sends it out. He's got this one here. There's a lamp post up underneath it, which for them, lamp post. For us, it would be dusk to dawn lights. Like that street's dusk to dawn light was out there. And it's leaning that direction towards it, but he's got a wide open yard out here. He's just going to put a notch in the front and pull it. Well, when you want to set it up, pretend like my whole arm is this, okay? You put the rope here, which I don't understand why you don't, especially when you're trying to keep the hinge, when you're afraid of the hinge failing, you want a very high leverage point because you need that tip to start making movement in the direction you want immediately. Because if it makes any more movement that way, the hinge fails. So you need that flex and stuff. I've heard even August Honeyke just recently in a video. What did he say? Okay. August says in his video, when pulling low, you get quicker action on the winch. I'm trying to remember the mics there. Sorry. And I just think that now some yahoo is gonna, when he's pulling a tree over, he's gonna leave the rope low because he heard somebody say in a very vague way that you get quicker response when it's lower. And no, the potential for it failing isn't there. You're not causing a bend. Like if it's leaning this way, when you pull this way, you're causing compression down into the log. So the potential for the hinge failing and gravity not breaking, you're fighting gravity by doing that. And then you can get it to go the way you want, but you're holding it up from gravity wanting to take it and break the hinge off. So when you grab it down here, if gravity, here's the way I would think of it. If the hinge was to fail and it was totally to sever off and be sitting there and be able to tip any direction. Can you still pull that over with the leverage point you have? I'm not going to give myself a leverage point down here, because if the hinge fails, I've seen trees that someone cut through the hinge, and because they had it up high enough, the truck, as the tree was falling almost on the house, the truck took off and it said zoom and barely missed the house because they had a good high leverage point. You have to have a good leverage point. And in this video, he didn't have a good leverage point. I don't really know exactly what happened, but it fell. It absolutely destroyed this lamppost. It disappeared. Gone. So, I think he said right before in the video, I'm insured, I just went and got insured, and this and that, and like, so you want to see a video where, like, someone has a hiccup, how they have to handle it over in Sweden, and just seemed like a pretty hard-working dude. He took the accident and just come to the realization, I'm going to deal with it. Like, that's just what happens. That's just what happens. Like, if you make a mistake and you realize your mistake, and I mean, in a lot of cases, you're forced to rectify them, but that's all you can do. That's all you can do. You'll learn from it then. But if you make a mistake and you find a way to disregard it, you're much more likely to make that same mistake again. Just my opinion. So go check his channel out though. I thought it was real cool. He put out another video called First Time Contract Climbing, and I didn't get a chance to watch that one, but I like the dude. I like his channel. But man, he absolutely, it's just wild to see an entire lamppost be there 1 second and gone the next. So check the description of this video, or and I'll put a link to his channel, or check out the XYLO channel. Maybe that spells a word that I don't know, but yeah. The higher the better. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And there's a point where that becomes not 100% like factual, because you can go too high and then you're going to break a tip out. It needs to be, and you got to find that as high as you can and with enough strength. You don't want to fail your point. Like, yeah, it blows my mind sometimes. I see why people, I just know the human nature. And so, like I'm saying here, I'm going to hit August with a straight up, you can deal with it, it is what it is, because I'm telling you, I know for a fact this is going to happen, because August said in this video, when you're pulling low, you get quicker action on the winch. That will be the one saying that this lazy, random homeowner or tree guy, that saying will be the reason that he decides that's good enough. It's too hard to get a good anchor point up in the top. I threw it up, that's good enough. August said the lower, you get quicker response. And I want quick response. No, man. No. In that situation, I just wish, he's not wrong for saying what he said. I know what he meant. I just think maybe it was worded wrong. Or maybe it was worded right. I just know what the average human out there is going to do. They're going to take that and justify their laziness one day when they're trying to pull a tree over by being like, oh no, you get quicker response. I just know human nature. That's just the way it works. First gen, what's going on? We just had to hit August with a ticket there because I don't know. Maybe the guy's sick still. He seems like he's all weak. He seems very weak and sick. I think he said maybe his mom's sick or his dad. So hopefully they get better. You know, I don't want anybody to be sick or not healthy. But yeah, I just feel like that little thing there is gonna be that thing that some lazy ass human out there uses to justify the shitty anchor point and leverage point that they get. So yeah, yeah, they'll probably put a ladder. That's usually the ladder on the tree, and that's as high as you get a rope up. So I've seen it happen way, 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 way too many times, and it's just silly. It's just silly. You need that flexing that top where you take that top and it twists a little bit, and it causes compression down into that, which strengthens one side of the hinge. You have one side that wants to fail and let it go because gravity's pulling it one direction, and the other side, you need to leave a bunch of you need to leave a bunch of meat, but there's a fine point where not enough meat and it falls the way gravity wants to take it. So tree falling ain't as easy as notch it, cut it. But yeah, okay. August put out the video. It was called Damien Flops a Big Weird Pine. And then another video that was called When You Stop Everything and Change Your Plans. And I have to admit, I believe he's the first one that ever explained it and pointed it out for me to verbally explain the way that I've been pulling on trees that way for a long time, where you overcompensate your pull, which in situations where a tree's not straight up and down, that overcompensation with a lean can help you put it in a spot. Like, it always trips people out when I go to help them, and they're like, yeah, but the rope's going the wrong way. It's not going the way your notch is going. Yeah, because I'm afraid of it failing. And so I have videos right now of one of the scariest trees I've ever tried to fall in my life that was going over a 2-story house, and it just arced out and went over, and I used a drift line on this thing, and I overcompensated almost at over a 45-degree angle from where it was from where it was going to go, and almost a 180-degree angle from the way it was leaning. So, but I can't put that out because my phone's crap, and I have I have to order and just pay for a stupid expensive new one. So I need to do 9,000 live feeds in a row. Let me see if I can get YouTube to pay 5% maybe. Finger up the whole time. Oh, I fell off. That's a bummer, man. That's awesome. That's the kind of stuff you need on video. But yeah, shout out to August and his family and stuff. I think maybe he said his mom may be sick, so hopefully she gets better. We'll make sure we throw some prayers that way. But on to the next. Oh, I got a culprit here. This guy. Oh, you guys gotta watch it. Okay. How many people? We got 21. Let's do this one first. Before we do Jeffrey Schroeder, let's do a channel that you got to see this. This is absolutely crazy. I've watched a ton of YouTube, but this dude is doing something a little bit different. You're not going to find another tree climbing channel out there doing this, I don't think. So, the channel is called In the Trees. Going to the top? Yeah. I don't know. Shorts don't pay nothing. That's the problem. They don't pay nothing. So, let's see. Okay, yeah. In the Trees is the channel. Puts out a video. It's called Climbing Uprooted Cypress. Or, no, Jesus Christ. Ignore what I just said. Because I just heard somebody shut their door outside. It sounded like it was like a beat that struck. Whatever. I can't see nothing. So, In the Trees is the channel. Go check this channel out. After I tell you all this, like, you have to go watch this. This is ridiculous. This guy's out of his mind. So, the video is called Hit That Dislike Button. And holy smokes. Like, I tell you what, I'm going to warm the lights up because I'm going to need them a lot during this. Okay? So, the video is called Hit That Dislike Button. Now, first of all, I enjoy the live streaming. This is what he does. He live streams the entire job. So, that's cool. You get, like, raw videos, but in those raw videos, they can be edited. They often are edited, and things are taken out. When you're live streaming, that's a different story. You get everything. You just get to see it all. Now, I like that because, like, the reality of what I'm watching is so enjoyable because I know the potential for me being tricked isn't there. And editing a lot of times can be used to just trick you and make you maybe not realize that there was a big jump from that limb to this limb because the limb in between hit something or there was an accident. But he goes live. And boy, I bet you he wishes he didn't go live now. Because he almost cuts his lanyard right from the get-go. He's like, starts the live feed, he's going up in there, and he's cutting some branches out, and he's in between two yards. This place is being torn down. There's a big plastic fence, and then the neighbor's here. So he's taking what looks like maybe a big maple, taking it down or some leads out of it or something. So he's making one of his cuts, and I gotta hit him with, how dare you one-hand a chainsaw? Not because one-handing's dangerous, but because you weren't strong enough to hold it up in that position, and it slid down and almost cut your lanyard. Not good. Not good. But we move on. Immediately after that, he cuts a big limb and destroys this fence. I mean, destroys the fence. And I'm like, no way, dude. He made that mistake where you cut the branch and it holds on too long and it went down. The tip hit and the butt end came back and went right through the whole section of the plastic fence. And I'm like, no way. Holy smokes. So it's a very expensive, important fence. Just know that. So you got to go watch this. So then right after that, he hits it, new section. Smashes it out with a chunk of wood. And then maybe after that, he maybe smashes a few more sections. He now owns an entire fence. But that don't stop him. After destroying multiple sections of the fence, I got to hit him with property damage. Then I got to hit him. I got to hit him not only with the property damage, destruction of property. Then the biggest, I'm hitting his ground guy with a DWI because I have reason to believe he may have been operating the dingo or whatever it is. under the influence of something, whiskey, mushrooms, Red Bull. I don't know what it was, but he flipped it. So live on video, you almost get a lanyard get cut. He smashes multiple sections of a fence and then flips his ground machine. And I'm like, this is the greatest live feed I've ever seen in my life. But I do have some questions for him. Now, I seen when he hit, or when the machine got flipped, he shut the live stream off. It didn't lose connection or signal. He shut it off. So, those other times when it cut out, what happened then? Did it get cut out because you made an even worse mistake? I don't know, you're just going to have to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. The video is called Hit That Dislike Button. The channel is called In the Trees. This guy, I think he's lost it. And then, so I'm subscribed to him. And then I'm going to hit him with this. You know how you can suggest, like, share links or something? He shares a link for a video of a poet that made 4,000 people cry. No, thank you. I don't want to cry, and I don't want to hear a poem. So, no. Why do you? I don't understand when people want to cry. Like, I don't want to cry. So if that dude's really, really good at making people cry, I don't want that. I don't want that. Why do people want to cry? I don't like that. But go check this dude's channel out. He's lost his damn mind. You got to see it. Jeffrey Schroeder did. But did any of these guys have chainsaw pants on? Jeffrey put out a video called Climbing an Uprooted Cypress. Jeff is really backing the old Chinese chainsaw, the knockoff chainsaw. I don't know, maybe him and Steve should go get a Jamocha shake together. Yeah, and you guys could talk about like the Noker versus the whatever yours is. I think he's probably got a Noker. I bet it's the same saw that old Steve sells. But he's like being like, these things are worth it. But dude, you had it ported and like aftermarket parts and stuff put on it. Like, people aren't gonna get what you're getting. So maybe when that guy ported it, he actually tightened everything up correctly and it doesn't fall apart like most of the time when people get them things. But yeah, Jeff did a good job in his video, but like, I think the idea of you guys getting a Jamocha shake sounds really sick. So that's just my own opinion on that situation. So Jamocha'd me crazy. All right, this guy's been asking for it. I've been asking for it for a while. The channel is called Peter Shea. The video was called Second Job of the Day. I've seen people in live feeds that they call him Pooper Shea. I don't know where that nickname come from, Pooper Shea, but I seen somebody saying it in the live feed, but this is his nickname. He's got a nickname. He put out this video called Second Job of the Day, and in the video he was doing his very best Half Price Harry impersonation with ladder, no tie-in, and just a buckshot. So if you want to see some very skilled ladder dancing on what seemed to be an ornamental, like a little Japanese maple or something. Like, actually, it looked like just a little maple tree, but um, yeah, he's all standing up in it and climbing in it, and he wasn't really climbing. He's just like standing in it, and then he was like standing on the ladder, and he nailed it. But yeah, if you've ever seen a Half Price Harry, he was. I think that's what he was trying to do. It's my understanding is it was just it was a gag. So yeah, somebody go over and help Pooper. He's 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 been he needs some help. He needs some milk. Um, yeah. All right. Next channel, Aaron A. Lynch. Aaron does chainsaw work. And Homeboy just seems to work on everything, every brand and every like model of that brand. And so if you're looking for any chainsaw repair stuff or breakdown videos or anything like that, check out Aaron A. Lynch. His videos are pretty good, and he's just so constant with it. The dude, yeah, I know. The dude's just so constant with his content. I can't wait to get busted, Dano said. All right, this one guy still. I don't know how you call your channel that. That's wild, but jack off all trees. This dude, that's a crazy name, but he did a video called 6-Story Lemon Scented Gum, and the video started out with him going tip to tip with his ground guy, which was a little strange for me, especially when the channel. Hang on, son of a bitch! I did it 2 weeks in a row, didn't I? Hang on, scratch that. Yeah, I say it's Jack of all trees. My bad. Damn, I did. That's 2 weeks in a row. I think I did that. Let me start over. What's up, Daniel? So Jack of all trees is the channel, and the video is called 6-Story Lemon Scented Gum, and it just started with him and his groundy going tip to tip, and I just didn't like it. I just didn't like that. I wish maybe you guys could have bounce tested the thing off camera. I would have preferred that. It just was weird. Hey, who am I to judge? So yeah, go check his video out though. Let's ignore what I said before. That it's Jack of all trees. You gotta leave that extra F out because the whole channel changes with when you add. Yeah, son of a gun. All right, let's move on. That way I can get away from that. Meta Spencer. Tip to tip, damn. Yeah, it was wild. It was interesting. Next channel is Meta Spencer. Video is called "Can a Total Noob Fix a 6.0 Liter Power Stroke?" And man, it always amazes me the projects that Spencer gets himself into where he has what seems to be very little knowledge of the task that he needs to do. But Homeboy just seems to pretty much just be good at anything, I think. So, in this video, he tears down his 6.0 liter, what's that? Where did I say that? Oh, yeah. 6.0 liter Power Stroke diesel. And, Jesus, I would have been so lost. It was just wild to see him. He cracked that whole thing down. Ended up, for the most part, getting the truck was dealing with some wild, weird sensors and shit. So, yeah, but go check Spencer's channel out. That's Meta Spencer. He's just, honestly, you want my opinion? I see a lot of dudes that are looked up to on YouTube, that these younger tree guys look at these guys and they idolize them. And if you want to idolize somebody, this is the guy you should be like. Is Spencer. He's like, he is what more young men should strive to be. Not these look at me, I got main character syndrome dudes out there. Spencer is like, he's just a confident man that like isn't driven by social media likes or ego stroking comments. He's a confident dude no matter when even when he's in a situation that he shouldn't be confident. He's a confident dude. So go check Spencer's channel out. He's a great tree dude and seems to be pretty good at anything he wants to attempt. So, alright, so I made it back around. Okay. JLM Tree Service, again, put out another video. It's called Big Risky Sweet Gum Removal. The tension builds. I believe this was earlier on in the week. The one I did earlier in this live feed was the recent one that just maybe uploaded yesterday or day before. But in this video, I think he's trying to rage bait me. Trying to rage bait me. What's the channel? You happen to have any extra class? Yeah. No. Main character scene, right on. Yeah, so people just know. If you don't, I just figure when I do videos like this and I get those guys that, okay, I'm gonna give you your little bit of shine that you wanted. Mr. Drago? This may be his name. But he leaves a comment that says, looks like a pretty normal sized tree in most of America. I don't understand where you get off saying big when you should practice what you preach if you're going to be the sheriff or something. First of all, you turd, I make the rules. You don't tell me that I broke rules. What? Tell me I broke rules. And the title of the video was called 120 foot, or like maybe it was called Big 120 foot. That is a big tree for my region. When it's over 120 foot, that's on the bigger side for my region. Now, if Mr. Drago doesn't live in the Pacific Northwest, you should just shut up. Because that is a big tree for almost all of America, excluding a very small area. Maybe Google it. I think you would be surprised with the response that you get for the average height tree where you live, unless you live in the Pacific Northwest. So then I'm like, you know what? He left another comment saying resembling the same thing, going after me because I went after other people. I need to let you in on something. Those people that you're defending often don't want you even defending them. Most humans, most men, can take a little bit of a razzing, and most men can understand sarcasm. And most men, real men, don't really give a shit about what that next guy thinks about him. Don't really matter to me. Life chill with orange. Yeah, see? But I think what happens, and this is what you just need to know, that if at any point in life unless you physically know this person. You've met them, you physically talk to them, like you're hanging out on the phone, you've met each other, or you know them and you have communication back and forth. You look like a weirdo if you take up for them and they don't know who you are. You're a stalker. You're doing things for someone that doesn't even know you. So, like, when I poke fun at other people that maybe he watches, that then makes him feel insecure because he knows he's lesser than, in his mind, he's lesser than these other tree guys that he watches and that he idolizes. So when I make fun of them, in his mind, I'm making fun of him too. Tell me that you have insecurities without telling me that you have insecurities. So just know, anytime you decide to do that, maybe you watch a YouTube channel and you like their content, but you shouldn't, just because you like someone's content, you shouldn't run around the internet trying to take up for them or take offense when someone has a different opinion of them. I don't know. Like, I've never, I don't know. It's weird. I don't have that, like, oh, no, you didn't, and try to go back at somebody. Everything doesn't have to be positive. I think the world got a little messed up for a while because that's all that you were allowed to do is positive, 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 positive. Now everyone loses their damn mind and has an absolute freak out when anything negative happens. Because they ain't seen that negative in years. Get over your damn self. I really appreciate the fact you left your comment. I'm sure the fact that I poked fun at you right here will be enough for you to unsubscribe and leave. But hey, that's okay. I make a lot of men feel very insecure. But I'm not doing that. That's your own mental thing going on. Just because I talked about somebody else don't mean I'm going at you. Just keep your feelings to yourself. Don't think everyone's like, I don't know. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him because I know he's a very insecure dude. You're telling me that a 120-foot hackberry isn't tall, and I clicked on your damn channel, and you're, at best, 30 to 40 foot up in a catalpa tree with all the new gear in the world, and you're in your 50s. Dude, I'm getting mid-40s. I'm not razzing on you about your age. I still want to be climbing at that age. But come on, man. Don't start. You're sitting in a glass house throwing stones. Why don't you chill? Why don't you chill? All right? I won't go at you no more, and I'll leave it all alone. But leave it alone. Like, I could sit here probably for half this live feed and do nothing but probably make fun of you and tease you, but it's not going to do anybody no good. Don't leave any shitty comments for no reason unless it's like, if you want to leave a comment about me aggravating you, be a man and say, I aggravated you. Don't put it off onto somebody else. That's pussy. Like, you gotta stop that shit. You know, I'm saying this because you said this about someone else. No, pussy. You're saying it because I got to you. So be a man and say, hey, you made me mad. It don't even sound manly when I say it. But that's the truth, man. That's the truth. I like steel core lanyards. First gen, what to do? No, check out the JLM Tree Service. That dude put out his second video. It was called Big Risky Sweet Gum Removal, and also put the tensions were building. But I think he was trying to rage bait me. In the thumbnail, he put spam rigging. which is kind of funny. Because I guarantee you someone felt the need to comment. It's called span, not spam. And that's when the content creator has now got you, because they know how to spell it. But if they purposely spell it wrong, people are so just jumping at every time. Like any time they can finally just show that they got a little bit of knowledge, they're so about it. They're all about it. They get 2 seconds to come in there and be like, no, I know this. That's where the comment sections happen, you know. You got me? He's maybe. So maybe, yeah, he kind of did, didn't he? But so he, I read his description in his video, and like I can't do that. I can't talk about myself in third person. The climber was, I just can't do it. I can't do it. Like even when I'm doing the video, but dang, I'm just mean sometimes in this. But he just, in the video he ends up throwing a fit because they get hung up. He starts to get aggravated, and you can see for the first time that YouTube character for sure is not him. That's a character he wants to play for YouTube. It hit real him may be a little down from that, but you can see even with the guys around him, when the camera comes on, they've been kind of giving him a weird look because he's just over dramatic, like, "What's up, YouTube?" And just everything typical that a YouTuber would do, every little thing that you could do. And I'm like, wow, okay, that's exhausting, but right on. So I move on from his channel though. What's up, COVID? So there's a new channel that I want everybody to check out. It seems pretty cool. They do a little bit of bucket work and stuff too, but they're just starting their channel out, and it's called Metro Detroit Tree. And the video is called "No One Else Wanted to Remove This Tree," next to the primary wires. And it's a really good video. You can tell the guy's making the videos and making them enjoyable. He uses some copyrighted music, and I respect it. Like, when you're building a channel, you don't get anything from it. You don't get anything from it. So, like, why not at least make the videos to where you enjoy them? Nowadays, I think you can purchase the copyrights for some of this music and stuff, but it blew my mind because I went to the guy's comment section, and he doesn't have a whole lot of subscribers. He's just now starting to build the channel, I think. You should check it out. The channel's called Metro Detroit Tree, and they do like big rigging out of buckets and all kinds of stuff. Really cool channel. But the comment section, there's 2 comments is all there was. First comment says, "Great job, but you gotta move away from the copyrighted music. It's gonna be your downfall, or you'll never make it," or something like that. And then I look below it, and JLM Tree Service, which JLM Tree Service has, I don't know, maybe 1.6 thousand subs, maybe let's say 2. I know he has less than 2,000. So let's say 2,000. And his comments right below it, and he tells him, "Brother, you got to move away from this copyrighted music because you're going to get in trouble if you're trying to monetize or trying to get to monetization. It'll ruin your channel." Why is it that the people that want to give advice are rarely the successful ones? So the people that want to give you advice to be successful are rarely successful. I mean, am I wrong for saying that? Because it feels rude. Because I don't like just making fun of people for something they can't help. YouTube works the way it works. You may make the greatest content in the world, but if it doesn't get pushed the right way, people don't see it, it's not going to go anywhere. That's just kind of the way it is. But this guy is making videos, and he's making them the way he enjoys them. And you come in, instead of just telling him, great job, man, keep up the good work, you got to tell him, hey, good job, but let me school you on the way this world works. Dude, you don't know if he paid for the rights for that. You don't know if he gives a shit about that. But you're going to teach him right then. That's weird to me. Like, it's just weird. Maybe he wants to use that music. So, Jesus Christ, stop being those people. Like, if you ever find yourself wanting to be one of them people, don't. Just don't. Unless you're so... What's up, Jeremiah? You're so extremely successful that you're going to let somebody in on a real secret? Shut up. Shut up. Like the thumbnail of this video says. Shut up. Unless you're successful, you don't need to be giving somebody advice on how to be successful. What do you say? That just seems like something that a normal human would have for common sense. But YouTube, social media clout, and the satisfaction of trying to show someone that you know something, for some people, is enough for them to almost be rude. Because if I put myself in that guy's shoes, if I made that video, what you're saying in your comment, okay, when you do that, is, hey, dummy, you know that's copyrighted, right? That's kind of what you're saying. Hey, stupid, you know you shouldn't use that song. You don't think he knew that maybe he used, like, I think he almost used Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. I don't know. You think he don't know that song's copyrighted? But hey, thanks for schooling him. I'm sure he'll take your advice and go straight to the top. Ugh. That's gross, dude. I hate that shit. Always trying to teach somebody or learn somebody something. How about you learn and maybe be successful before you start teaching? Lame ass YouTube. It's full of those kind of people. Where they just watched a video 2 minutes ago where they learned something and they're spinning around and they're making a live video 2 seconds later teaching people how to do it. That's why it is so overly saturated with absolute trash that there's no guarantee even great content and the most interesting people in the world, there's no guarantee that those people even get found anymore. Because it's easy to get lost in the shuffle of the just trash. I'm bumping into... What the hell? You guys are nuts, man. Well, I think that's it for the week. I don't really have anything else on anybody. I do want to say again, for God's sake, Tim, you better apologize or it's your ass. That was a crazy statement, and I didn't appreciate it when I heard it. I know that Mr. Steelborn hated it. And like, I would either apologize or get a restraining order. So. Alright, David. I don't really think I have much more. Yeah. So there's my members back here. So those are just so you know, if you want to be one of my favorite people, you gotta at least be on. Well, no, I guess you don't. There's a few that aren't on the list. That dang. I was trying to think of a way to force you to join my memberships, but don't join the memberships because that's where I'm gonna do all my making fun of people videos, and I don't want you to get mad if I make one about you. So I think that may be the only thing that I can really do. I'm going to see if I can still do those by switching them over to an SD card. And I'm going to have to do them completely raw with no intro or anything. But that was Greg just sent me a reel or something. James, appreciate you, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try to do those. I can't even export the one that I made because it's on my phone already, and it won't export from that memory, like from the editor, over. And that's where I made it, was on the editor. I put an intro to it and stuff to see what it would look like, and I'm not even gonna tell you what channel I did it on because I'm gonna redo it. So should be fun though. So if you mention or you find other channels and videos that you maybe want one of those, because I'm gonna review the videos with my commentary as I'm watching them. So that way there's a little more of a visual to this because I think that it needs a visual. So seen a video Buck and Billy already mentioned you about 5 years ago. Yeah. I can be persistent at times, and only reason I was persistent about that is because I'm I had been I at that time I was dealing with back issues because I had had an accident and stuff, and I had moved to using suspenders on my climbing saddle, and I had spent so many years, probably 15 years, without suspenders, and then tried them, and they changed the game for me. It was just unreal, and I knew that would help Bucking, so I really stayed on him about that. And then one day he finally tried them, and yeah, I think in a video, if that's the only time I can remember another big YouTuber giving me a shout out. So, it's I mean, Tim's channel's big, and he kind of did. Well, at first he gave me a shout out, and then he tried to one up me and big dog me. So I like, okay, Tim, talk about me more because that was my favorite part of the video. But don't say you're better than me. Never say that. So, but keep talking about me. That part was sick. You guys are nuts. What the fuck? Well. I don't really think I have anything else. I had a demonstration I was gonna do with the rigging, but I'm good. I could show. Since that thing kind of dried a little bit, it's even stronger. That's wild. Well, I think that's it for tonight, guys. It was fun. We wrote some tickets. I hope Tim rots in jail until he gives me my apology. And I may just randomly go back to his cell and rough him up, too. So, yeah. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go punch on Tim right now. I'll catch you guys next time. It was fun. Let's see. Maybe I'll do another live feed, but I'll do like the officer only shows up, and it just so there's a difference. Steelborn Mike is kind of a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy when I put this on, so don't go taking it out on Mike because Officer Born was a bit of a dickhead to you. That's not fair. That's not fair to Mike. So, uh, yeah, don't be a jerk, or I'll get you the next week. See you guys.